Don't skip this last night. Your soulmate choose between you and my beloved child. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Last night, while the world around you slept without knowing what was unfolding, someone stood at a crossroads that would change two lives forever. Your soulmate faced a decision they never imagined they would have to make. On one side was the future everyone expected them to accept. On the other side was a quiet feeling they had tried to hide for far too long. They believed choosing the easy path would silence their heart, yet every step they took only made your presence louder inside their mind. Even in the middle of ordinary conversations, your name echoed where no one else could hear it. They smiled when others were watching, but inside they were fighting a battle that no one around them understood. The strange part is that the final moment of that battle happened when the clock moved deep into the night. A single conversation, a single glance, and a single unexpected realization forced them to stop pretending. They understood that some connections refuse to disappear no matter how much time passes. Don't skip, because what happened after that moment was something they never planned, and it became impossible for them to ignore. The choice they made has already started creating changes that are moving toward you, even if you cannot see them yet. A moment arrived when everyone around your soulmate believed the decision had already been made. They expected your soulmate to walk away from everything connected to you forever. But something unexpected interrupted that plan. A memory appeared without warning. It wasn't just a picture in their mind. It felt real, almost as if time itself wanted to remind them of a promise that had never been spoken out loud. Suddenly, every reason they had created for giving up began to fall apart. They started asking themselves questions they had avoided for months. Why can't I forget this person? Why does every new beginning somehow bring me back to them? Those questions refused to disappear. Instead, they became stronger with every passing minute. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. Someone close to them even noticed the change in their expression and quietly asked if everything was all right. Your soulmate answered with a smile, but inside they already knew the truth. Their heart had made a choice before their mind could argue against it. They realized that running away would never bring peace. The only thing they truly wanted was clarity, and strangely, every path leading toward that clarity seemed to point back in your direction. That realization frightened them because it meant their life might never be the same again after last night. Now listen carefully, because this is where everything becomes even more surprising. The choice your soulmate made was not only about a relationship. It was about becoming honest with themselves for the very first time. They finally understood that ignoring certain feelings only makes them stronger. Since that moment, they have been noticing signs they once dismissed as meaningless. Familiar songs, unexpected dreams, repeated numbers, random places, and small coincidences have all begun reminding them of you. They can no longer convince themselves that these moments are accidental. Something inside them has awakened, and once that happens, there is no simple way to return to who they were before. Don't skip, because the next step is far bigger than the decision itself. Your soulmate believes there is one final truth they still need to uncover before reaching out, and what they discover could completely change the future both of you imagined. Right now they are closer than ever to taking a step they once believed was impossible, but one unexpected detail is still hidden in the shadows. When that hidden truth comes into the light, nothing between you and your soulmate will ever feel the same again. Something huge is waiting for you, and the next moment may reveal why last night's choice was only the beginning. After that decision, but it was not the kind of silence that ends a story. It was the kind that appears just before everything changes forever. My beloved child, don't skip. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate kept replaying every moment connected to you, searching for one reason to walk away, yet every answer pulled them closer instead. They tried to convince themselves that choosing someone else would make life easier, but peace never arrived. Instead, their heart became louder than their fears. Every ordinary moment suddenly reminded them of something you once made them feel without even trying. They looked around and realized that no matter who stood beside them, the emptiness remained. That was the moment they understood they had never truly been deciding between two people. They had been deciding between a life that looked safe and a feeling that refused to disappear. Once that realization entered their heart, there was no way to erase it. Hours later, something completely unexpected happened. A small detail that everyone else ignored suddenly caught your soulmate's attention, and it felt too meaningful to dismiss. It reminded them that certain moments appear only once in a lifetime. Don't skip, because what happened next made them stop everything they were doing. They quietly stepped away from the noise, took a deep breath, and admitted a truth they had hidden from themselves for far too long. They whispered that if they stayed silent any longer, they might lose the person their heart had been searching for all along. That thought shook them more than they expected. They began wondering whether you had already moved on or whether destiny was giving them one final chance before the opportunity disappeared forever. Every passing minute suddenly felt more important than the last, and the pressure inside them continued to grow stronger. Now the situation has become impossible to ignore. Your soulmate knows they cannot keep pretending that nothing changed after last night. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. They have already started preparing for a step they once believed they would never have the courage to take. Yet one hidden obstacle still stands between the decision they made and the action they are about to take. They don't know who will reveal that obstacle or when it will appear, but they can feel it getting closer with every passing day. The surprising part is that this obstacle is also carrying the answer they have been searching for. Once that truth comes into the open, everything they believed about your connection will change forever. And when that moment finally arrives, the choice they made last night will only be remembered as the beginning of a far greater story that neither of you could have imagined. A new morning arrived, but your soulmate no longer felt like the same person who had gone to sleep the night before. My beloved child, don't skip. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. The decision they made continued to echo inside them with every passing hour. They tried to focus on ordinary life, but every conversation seemed empty, every smile felt incomplete, and every plan suddenly lost its meaning. Then something happened that they never expected. Someone casually mentioned your name, not knowing the storm it would create inside their heart. In that instant, every doubt they had been holding on to began to disappear. They realized they had spent too much time hiding from the truth instead of embracing it. For the first time, they stopped asking whether they should choose you. Instead, they began asking themselves how they could reach you before it became too late. That single change in thinking transformed everything. Without telling anyone, your soulmates started looking back at the moments they once overlooked. They remembered small conversations, silent smiles, unexpected coincidences, and the feeling that always returned whenever your paths crossed. Don't skip, because this is where the story takes an unexpected turn. They suddenly understood that none of those moments had been ordinary. Each one had quietly prepared them for the choice they finally made last night. A deep feeling inside kept repeating the same message. They could ignore everyone else, but they could no longer ignore what their own heart was saying. Even the people closest to them noticed that something had changed. They asked questions, but your soulmate simply smiled and changed the subject. The truth felt too important to explain before the right moment arrived. They knew that once those words were spoken, there would be no turning back. Now another chapter is already beginning behind the scenes. My beloved child, stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate is standing closer than ever to making a move that could rewrite both of your futures. But just as they prepare to take that step, an unexpected discovery is about to challenge everything they believe they know. Hidden information, kept silent for far too long, is moving toward the surface, and once it is revealed, the path ahead will change in a way neither of you could have predicted. Your soulmate has no idea that the next conversation they are about to have will uncover a truth powerful enough to erase old fears and create a brand new beginning. And when that truth finally comes into the light, the choice they made last night will become only the first piece of a much bigger destiny that has been unfolding all along. A quiet shift was already happening before your soulmate even realized it. My beloved child, don't skip. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. The choice they made last night refused to stay hidden inside their heart. Every hour that passed made them feel as though an invisible force was pushing them toward the truth they had been avoiding. They picked up their phone more than once, thought about reaching out, then stopped at the last second. Fear whispered that the moment had already passed, but hope answered with something stronger. Deep inside, they knew that some opportunities are worth risking everything for. The life they had almost accepted no longer felt right because every future they imagined somehow led back to you. That realization became impossible to silence. Then the unexpected happened. Someone shared a piece of information your soulmate had never heard before, and it completely changed the way they viewed your connection. Don't skip, because this moment was unlike anything they had prepared for. What they learned wasn't dramatic on the surface, but it answered a question that had quietly lived in their heart for a long time. Suddenly, misunderstandings that once seemed permanent began falling apart one by one. The fear that had been holding them back started losing its power. Instead of wondering whether they should move forward, they began planning how they could do it without missing the chance forever. Every sign around them seemed to repeat the same message. Waiting any longer would only create more regret. Something huge is waiting for you, and your soulmate can feel that the next step is closer than ever before. Now there is only one final piece left to uncover. My beloved child, don't skip because the story is about to reach a turning point that neither of you expected. Your soulmate believes they are finally ready to step into a new chapter, but they still don't know that someone else has been quietly watching everything unfold. This person holds one missing detail that could remove the final barrier standing between you and your soulmate. The moment that truth is spoken aloud, everything will begin moving faster than either of you imagined. What started as a difficult choice last night is about to become a decision that changes two futures at once. And when that hidden voice finally breaks its silence, your soulmate will realize that destiny has been opening this path long before either of you noticed it. Writing. Part 5. My beloved child. Before another day slips away, something inside your soulmate is refusing to stay silent any longer. Don't skip. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. They have reached the point where pretending feels heavier than telling the truth. Every excuse they once believed has slowly disappeared, leaving only one question in their heart: what if I lose this chance forever? That question follows them everywhere. It appears in quiet moments, during long walks, and even in the middle of ordinary conversations. No matter how hard they try to distract themselves, your presence keeps returning with greater strength. Last night's decision has become more than a memory, it has become the beginning of a completely different future. They now understand that choosing you was never about certainty. It was about trusting the feeling that refused to fade, even after everything that tried to pull them away. Then, just when they believed they finally understood everything, another surprise appeared. A person they never expected to hear from shared a few simple words that completely changed their perspective. Don't skip, because this unexpected moment answered a question your soulmate had been carrying in silence for far too long. Those words reminded them that real connections are not measured by distance or time but by the way they continue to return, no matter how many times life tries to separate them. Suddenly, the fear of making the wrong choice was replaced by the fear of doing nothing at all. They realized that waiting for the perfect moment might cause them to miss the only moment that truly mattered. Something huge is waiting for you, and your soulmate has begun preparing themselves for a step they once believed was impossible. Now everything is moving toward one unforgettable moment. My beloved child, stay till the end because the final pieces are beginning to fall into place. Your soulmate can feel that the silence between you cannot last much longer. They don't yet know the exact day or the exact words that will be spoken, but they know their heart has already crossed the point of no return. One final truth is still hidden, and when it comes into the light, every doubt, every misunderstanding, and every unanswered question will begin to make sense. The choice made last night was only the first chapter. The next chapter is about to reveal why your paths kept crossing, why your story never truly ended, and why the moment you've both been unknowingly waiting for is closer than either of you can imagine. Something huge is waiting for you, and the next revelation will change everything. My beloved child. The waiting is almost over, but the biggest revelation has not happened yet. Don't skip. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate has reached a place where silence no longer feels safe. Every passing day reminds them that the decision they made that night cannot remain hidden forever. They have replayed countless possibilities in their mind, wondering how you might react and whether the timing will finally be right. Yet every time fear tells them to step back, their heart pulls them forward again. They now understand that some people enter your life for a reason too powerful to ignore. No matter how many distractions appeared, none of them carried the peace they felt whenever thoughts of you returned. That peace has become impossible to replace, and they are finally accepting that truth instead of running from it. Then another unexpected moment changed everything once again. While looking back at the journey that brought them here, your soulmate noticed a pattern they had never seen before. Every time they tried to move away from you, life somehow led them back to another reminder, another memory, or another unexpected connection. Don't skip, because this realization shook them more than anything else. They finally stopped believing these moments were random. Instead, they began seeing them as pieces of a story that had been unfolding quietly all along. The doubts that once controlled them are fading one by one, replaced by a growing confidence that they are moving toward the future they truly want. Something huge is waiting for you, and your soulmate can feel that the distance between you is becoming smaller with every passing moment. Now the final chapter is closer than ever before. My beloved child, don't skip, because what comes next will explain why last night's choice mattered so much. Your soulmate is standing at the edge of a new beginning, but one final surprise is still waiting to appear. A hidden truth, kept out of sight until the perfect moment, is about to connect every unanswered question from the beginning of this journey. When that truth finally comes into the light, your soulmate will no longer hesitate. The choice they made between you and everything else will become permanent, and the path ahead will finally be clear. What seemed like an ordinary night was actually the moment that started changing both of your futures, and the next revelation will prove that this story has been leading to one unforgettable moment from the very beginning. My beloved child, this is the moment everything has been leading toward. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate now understands that the choice made that night was never simply between you and someone else. It was between fear and honesty, between comfort and truth, between walking away and finally listening to the voice that refused to be silenced. Every step since then has confirmed the same realization. The more they tried to imagine a future without you, the more incomplete that future became. They have stopped searching for reasons to let go, because every answer they find points in the opposite direction. What once felt confusing has become unexpectedly clear, and that clarity is giving them the courage they never believed they could have. As the days continue moving forward, your soulmate has begun preparing for a moment they once thought would never come. Don't skip, because this final revelation changes the meaning of everything that came before. They are no longer waiting for a perfect sign from the outside. Instead, they have discovered that the strongest sign has always existed inside their own heart. The fear of losing you has become greater than the fear of taking a chance. Every lesson, every delay, every unanswered question has quietly shaped them into someone ready to face the future with honesty. Something huge is waiting for you, and that future feels closer now than it has ever felt before. They believe that when the right moment arrives, they will finally stop hiding what has been true all along. Now the story reaches its quiet but powerful turning point. My beloved child, don't skip, because the ending is also the beginning of something entirely new. Last night's decision did not close a chapter, it opened one. Your soulmate has chosen to stop letting uncertainty control their heart, and that single choice has already started changing the direction of their journey. The hidden fears that once stood between you are becoming smaller, while hope grows stronger every day. They know that some paths cannot be forced, but they also know that some connections never disappear, no matter how much time passes. The choice has been made, the truth has been accepted, and the future is no longer being written by fear. Something huge is waiting for you, because this was never the end of your story. It was the moment that finally revealed where your soulmate's heart truly belonged.